Hello and welcome everyone to Pandorastarot. Are the readings for the month of June 2016. Welcome everyone. This is a little introduction that you will see in all the videos, so I don't have to repeat myself. As I always say, remember to check your rising sign and your moon sign, because that will give you more information on the energies that are available to you throughout the month, and what is it that perhaps you want to avoid, or the things that you won't be able to avoid, but it's a good thing that you're aware of. You're going to be aware that they're going to happen. So of course, these are general readings, so if you would like a private consultation with me, you can write at pandorastarot@gmail.com. Send me an email. The address is in the box below this video, so you can just copy paste from there, so you won't have any kind of mistake. And of course, also, as I always say, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for sharing and liking and subscribing, and thank you for commenting. I really love the energy of the community of Pandora's Tarot, and the actual community of people that has formed around these little videos that I put out every single month. So thank you so much. And okay, now we'll go on to your readings. Hello Cancer, let's just dive into the reading, yeah? So we have in the challenge position, this is a very a reading with a lot of information. I think it's gonna be quite a heavy month, let's put it that way. But let's just go card by card. We have in the challenge position the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords could represent someone from an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is someone who is very quick with words. This is someone who is very impatient. They could be a bit abrasive with words because they don't have much of social skill, and so there are the type of people that are not very kind as a general thing, okay? And again, look at the horse. This is someone who is very impatient, okay? They move forward and they enter your life, and 5 minutes later they are gone, so they have that type of energy. And next to it we have the Five of Cups. And Five of Cups is a card that represents it's a feeling of sorrow. I'm sorry to say, it's a bit of a depression thing related to this card. We have someone who is crying over the Three Cups that are down, but there's also a lesson with this card, and that is that if the character in the card would turn around, he would see there are actually two more cups standing up, and those are worth fighting for. Okay, so I feel like this person, air sign person, or someone with that those abilities, that capacity to hurt you with their words, they're actually going to tell you something that will hurt you. Okay, usually these type of people are very honest, so I don't feel like it's a lie. Actually, I feel like it's really a harsh truth. Okay, this is in the challenge position. I feel like digesting what this person tells you, it's going to be the challenge of the month. In the center of the reading, Cancer, we have Death card in reverse. In reverse, this is a card that represents not wanting to change. I think you're stalling. I think, as a general thing, Cancer people are very attached to the past, and you have a hard time letting go. And this is definitely the center of the reading. This is the heart of the month. You need to be able to let go, Cancer, because when we have in the upright, Death card represents a transition period. It represents letting the old fall away, and then so that the new stuff can come in, right? It's the snake shedding its skin, right? So being in the reverse means that you're holding back, that you're trying not to change. And the thing is that death is actually a very natural type of change. It doesn't really represent death itself, okay? It's a metaphor, of course. But you're trying to avoid a natural change, a natural transition in your life. Cancer, and I think that's going to be hurtful. You're sort of like hurting yourself in this month. In the position of the things you cannot help that will actually happen, you have the Seven of Swords. And Seven of Swords, again, not such a nice card. We have someone who is basically stealing. This is someone who's taking what does not belong to them. So, it's the sword element, so it could be that it's related to this Knight of Swords, but I do believe there are two different things. So there is a betrayal going on, and I believe this Knight of Swords is the person who is going to tell you this. Okay, and also I think this is something it's been going on, and you've been in denial, and this Knight of Swords comes along and tells you, look, you can't keep looking the other way, this is what is going on. And in a way it's hurtful, okay? And it also it forces you, Cancer, it will force you to face this change that you don't want to embrace, okay? So again, it's not going to be such an easy month, but I feel like this is a transition that you have to go through. The Seven of Swords, I like to say, it's not just stealing. It could be stealing of things that are not material. Could be. That's why I also say a betrayal, because it could be someone stealing recognition from you. It could be someone stealing your dignity, or taking away, your capacity to trust other people if they have been lying to you. This is someone who is doing something dishonest, and it could be in some cases even illegal, okay? But the core of the card is someone doing something that is dishonest and behind everyone's back. So and here we have this Knight of Swords that comes in and tells you, this person will just lay it out and say, okay, this is what is going on, you can just avoid it. And the position of the help you're going to receive, you have the Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is a great card because it represents being proud of everything you have achieved, okay? Of being really satisfied with your own capacity to make things happen. And it's also, for some readers, it's a wish card. So being in the position of the help, it's a great placement for this card, that it's already a good one in and out of itself. I think that throughout, eventually when you come out the other way and when you face, I think there's something, unfortunately, sorry to say it this way, but I do feel like there's something you don't want to face. Okay, there's some hard reality you don't want to face, and once you do and you're able to move forward, you're going to really appreciate everything you have been able to achieve, Cancer. And the final cards, it is, again, I've said it in other signs. I feel like I've been repeating myself for the past month throughout this year, because here we have Death card with change. We have a 9, that it's the 9 is the end of a cycle. And then we have another 9 with the 9 of Swords. So it is this fear of not wanting to let a certain period of our lives end. And this has happened in all of the signs so far, and I feel it has been going on throughout this year. Like we try to move forward, but we fear the change, so we pull back, and we're going in this dance back and forth, and we're not really progressing. So, if you have been feeling that way, it is a collective thing, I'd say. So we have the Nine of Swords as the final card. This is a card that represents worry, okay? Being concerned about a situation. And again, it's a situation that has to do with this betrayal. It's a situation that has to do with what this Knight of Swords told you, because it is the same element, okay? I do want to say that this card often represents periods of our lives when we are concerning ourselves with things that are not actually as bad as they look, okay? But this is a mental card, so we get stuck in our minds and we keep thinking, oh, this is bad, oh, this is really bad, oh, this is the worst thing ever, and we actually make it worse in our own minds, but in reality it's not as bad. So be careful with that, because it is a stressful situation and you need to care for your health. The final card, along with the Nine of Swords, is the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a card that represents work, having a lot of work to do, paying attention to detail. So two things. On one hand, if this, for some reason, this represented you being fired or quitting a job, by the end of the month you're going to have a new position, so that's a good thing. If it has nothing to do with work, then I say that getting out of the situation and being able to get out of your head is by focusing on work. That's what the tarot is advising, to be able to get out of your head and focus on something more grounded, okay? Because the Pentacles is the element of earth, and it's the only earth card that you have here. So it's going to be a month where you're going to live too much in your head and you're going to be flooded by your own feelings. So yeah, it will be a bit of a harsh month, but again, it is a necessary transition. And remember that when everything looks kind of the darkest, focus on your work. Focus on whatever is in front of you, on things that you can actually handle, on things that you can, fabricate, perhaps even work with your own hands, create crafts, something that really takes you out of your own head. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, Cancer. I know it's going to be a bit rough, but it is something that you need to go through so you can move on. Okay, the longer you postpone it, the worse it will get. So remember, you're not alone. I hope again that this is helpful, and I'll see you next month. Take care.